What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Ray Ray, and we are going to be doing a little touring flight today in this tiny little Icon A5. Super tiny, but amphibious, which would be really cool. To try out here in beautiful Tempe, Arizona. So just kind of scroll around here. Been tweaking graphic settings and things like that. Well, I say graphic settings, but it's a combination of graphic settings, CPU, utilization, boosting, multi-core, all sorts of things. And I think I've got it pretty darn dialed in to look quite well and find a balance of not having terrible lagging frame rates and stuttering, when you're coming in on approach, because yeah, that is terrible. So here inside of the pit itself, this thing looks like a flying car. I mean, it really is tiny, and but it's got lots of bells and whistles to include a Garmin G3X, which we'll definitely going to be using on this flight today. So game plan is we're going to get started up. We are at Stellar Air Park. That's in Chandler. It's Papa 19 is its designator. We're going to get in the air and head north of here, out of Chandler to Tempe. We'll kind of fly over kind of the eastern part of Tempe, where Tempe meets up with Mesa, and then after that, we will land on Tempe Town Lake, and then we'll take off again, and we'll go check out the Arizona State University campus, and then we'll bring it right back on here. At least that's the game plan. If you joined us last time, the game plan was to fly around Garmisch, Germany, in a X-Cub and with a little bit of snow, a little bit of light snow. That turned out to be not the case, as a little bit of snow actually turned out to be a whiteout conditions in the mountains and freezing conditions. It was uh, it was something. It was something. All right, so we'll get the master on here. I actually have a checklist. I probably should have pulled it up, but I'm pretty confident, kind of putzing around with this thing out of stream, that I'm good to go with everything. So let's go ahead and we'll get the strobe on right quick. Toss the nav lights on too for good measure. A quick look around. And we'll go ahead and get her started up here. Oh, that was another thing too. There's a fuel selector that's up here that last time I forgot. So let me hit up the fuel selector. Let me crank up a little bit of fuel flow there, just a little bit to get us started. All right, there we go. All right, we'll bring the RPMs down here till about like 15. 15 should be good. Yeah, no mixture adjustment in this aircraft, because you're probably not going to go that high. Yep, fairly easy startup here. Let's see. These are really our village and water rudder. Now I will say, we have, I'm thinking that this is reversed, and by, I don't know, accident, or we're still kind of in a pseudo beta of flight sim right now. But this says this takeoff trim is trim nose down, and I tried that twice it is terrible. So we're just gonna trim up about a notch. That's gonna help us reach our rotation speed, which is actually just gonna be about 50 knots of airspeed here. And we'll go ahead and get our transponder set. We're on ground. That looks good. That looks good. We'll do a quick airfield check. Okay, yeah, that's the matching altitude for here. So really, I'm not 100% sure if we have an ATIS here or not. Let's have the chart out here. Nope, it's just gonna be traffic. So we're gonna taxi out and we'll look for one of the windsocks at the end, and then we'll decide which runway we're gonna take. All right, and that is it. That is super basic startup. And we're gonna leave the scale here to 5 miles anyway as we're getting up here. Yep, north up, that's correct. Compared to the CJ4 and the fly-by-wire version of the Neo that I've been doing, this is just fire up and go. It's awesome. So, all right, we'll avoid this unnecessary pushback vehicle. Yep. So my taxi assist is really telling me that departure's going to be off of 3-3, I think it is. 3-5. Don't even really need the full runway either. We'll use the full runway. I was actually thinking that there's a windsock on both ends of the runways here. I believe I am wrong. So this is an air park, so there are taxiways that lead to driveways, the neighborhood, folks that have hangars that are adjacent to the airfield. Pretty awesome little place in a very dense portion of the Phoenix metro area. How about that? All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do a quick run up here. We'll get us. It's about right there. We'll for an RPM drop. Yep, just a little bit. Back to both. And back to both. That's good. Get our altitude reporting on. Takeoff will be with no flaps. We should be able to get pretty darn good lift on the run. And we're going to be good to go. So let me just do a quick look. We'll do a radio call here. good. All right. Stellar traffic. Well, probably helps if I remember my call sign. Okay. Stellar traffic. Icon Romeo Alpha Yankee is taking the active 3-5. We're straight out to departure. Stellar. Okay, landing lights up. Here we go. All right, everything's in the green here. A little bit of right rudder. Okay, there's 45. 50. Rotate. 10 degrees. Positive rate. Gears up. And away we go. Bit more nose up pitch, not a lot more. Let's see if we can't try to maintain this 10 degree up. A little rough. Here's a little rough here. And we're not going to get much higher than about 2,000 AGL. There's 1,000. Honestly, I'm going to start leveling off here. Gives about 5 degree pitch. Alright, so we are going to be entering some Class B airspace. We're below it at the moment. So what I'm going to do here is start locking in the cruise. Alright, let's go ahead and give Phoenix Approach a request to the Class B through the sim.
Phoenix Approach Icon November 11 Romeo Alpha Yankee is type Icon A5 3 miles north of Papa 19 or 2,600 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Icon November 11 Romeo Alpha Yankee Phoenix Approach. Squawk 0514.
Okay. 0154.
Squawk 0514 Icon Romeo Alpha Yankee.
0514. Okay.
Icon Romeo Alpha Yankee radar contact 3 miles north of Papa 19 or 2,900 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Maintain on navigation.
Alright, cleared the Bravo. I did see TCAS had a flight up there. So to keep a wee bit of an eye on that. Remain pretty high. Alright, so
Icon
that
Romeo Alpha
should
Yankee,
be
please acknowledge.
what they giving? Oh, radar contact.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace Icon Romeo Alpha Yankee.
Alright, so down here is the lakes of Tempe. In fact, there used to be, I don't know if there still is, a nice little like snow cone place, a little cafe kind of thing within there. Then across from that, over there's like a shopping center and a QT on the corner there. Headed this way, this is going to be passing over Baseline. So basically right below us is like Baseline in McClintock. And then this is Baseline meeting up with the 101. intersection. And then we're flying right now parallel to the US 60. It heads east out to Mesa and out into some more Chandler, and then out to Apache Junction, some of those places up there. But we're gonna take a wee bit of a turn this way, trying to maintain my cruise speed as well. So yep, this is the interchange between the 10 and, I'm sorry, not the 10, this is the 60 and the 101. So my folks live over there somewheres. Kind of that first bridge there, that's a pedestrian bridge. So yeah.
Icon Romeo Alpha Yankee, contact Phoenix approach on 128.65.
Okay, I'm gonna switch our frequency.
128.65 Icon Romeo Alpha
some
Yankee.
traffic on the TCAS. I'm just gonna keep an eye on that. Oh, I see it. They're coming close. A little too close for my comfort. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Probably should have separated our traffic there. That was a wee bit close. And then let's see, we've got another one coming in on approach right there. So yeah, we'll stay out of the dicey diciness of the traffic. All right, but continue to follow the 101 here. Okay, so we see that aircraft is on the parallel on its turn. Goodness, there's a lot of traffic here. Descend a little bit. So all of them are heading towards Sky Harbor, which is that direction. But I'll let some of these pass before I start getting like in their path. We'll stay a little bit lower here. Okay, so yeah, now we're kind of out here in the I think I'm remembering correctly. This is like the Pima reservation lands. So definitely open. Definitely a lot more agriculture type.
Delta 540 climb and maintain 12,000 feet.
All right, there's a casino somewhere out here. All right, so checking our altitude, we're just about 700 AGL, so I'm going to bump us up a little bit more here. I am going to do a quick pause and turn off my taxi assistance because for some reason it did not turn off. Taxi ribbon off, but I'll leave the POI markers on just in case. All right, thanks for bearing with me there. Is that the casino? That might be the casino right there. All right, crossing back over the 101, and then it meets up with the 202 over in this junction over here. All right, to do some trim adjustments here. There we go. Okay.
Delta 540, please expedite your climb to 12,000 feet.
Got an eye on that one. So we're gonna go kind of right across this interchange. I'll go be able to look down over that, and Tempe Town Lake is over there where we are going to land. So we'll end up lining up an approach for that. But yep, there's the interchange. My dad used to, well, when this was being constructed, he worked over here, and I think it was 4th of July, he got to park out here before there were any cars or any traffic on it, and watch the fireworks all around the city. It was pretty awesome. I definitely remember that. All right, Tempe Marketplace. So over here, so that's a pretty popular spot here. The road we're flying parallel to momentarily is at Rio Salado. Air's still a little rough. Maintain about 700 here. And then the Rio Salado Golf Course is right back over there as well. And so what we're gonna do here, as I keep an eye on that traffic right up there, is we are going to, let me check behind me here. Okay, we're gonna go back around. We're gonna do a right-hand turn here, and we're gonna line up over the water so that we can get ourselves on a approach over the Rule Bridge. That is a Rule Road, I believe. Yeah. And so that'll give us time to get trimmed up and have a fairly low approach until we are over that bridge, and then we can then kind of have a shallow approach into the water itself. All right, so back on the throttles. We're pitching up for speed here, right in the white, so there's our first notch of flaps. Okay. Get some lift, but the speed drops off tremendously. Okay. Second head of flaps. Okay. Stabilize at 55, so we've got 30-degree flaps. See, even now I feel like I'm still moving quite quickly, so what we're going to do is we're going to pitch up a little bit more. I'm actually going to give it a little bit of slip. So I'm doing right rudder here with a little bit of left aileron, so we lose some altitude quickly, but we get a lot of speed when we do that. Okay. So trimming some more. Okay. So now we're a little bit above 50, so we're going to go right over the water here, over the bridge, just enough to clear it. Okay, trimming for speed again. Let's try to get us down to about 45. Let it settle down. There we go. In the water. You want to pull back a lot just to keep the plane in plane like you would a boat. Alright, now we're pretty much a boat. Alright, so we'll kick the flaps up. There's a mountain over there, downtown Tempe area, and where those blue pyramids, for lack of a better term, that's the marina that's down there by the town lake. It's awesome. Okay, so at this point, since we're keeping it water speed, we can drop our rudders. It's definitely going to help us on the turn. And then we'll set us back to the flap setting there. Or I'm sorry, the trim setting for takeoff, even though it's not correct. All right, need a little bit more oomph to break the water friction. So probably a good chance for us to look outside the plane. Float mode. Okay, so this is Mill Avenue Bridge. Has some beautiful lights on it.
Phoenix departure Delta 540 is out at 12,000 feet for 10,000 feet.
And
Delta 540
probably the best detail that we're gonna get out of it, but well done. Kind of at least seeing a little bit of the architecture that's on the bridge. Put some heavy rudder in here, so we're getting set up straight up for a takeoff. Okay, now and I'm probably gonna say this wrong, the billage for the plane is in-op, but in the real one, you'd hit this and you'd actually drain out some of your undercarriage. Okay. So for takeoff, we will be using flaps, so we'll do 15 degrees of flaps. So we can get up and about. And then kind of opposite of how we landed, we're gonna have the stick all the way back. I'm not sure how much how I can see. Nope. All right, and then give us some full power here. And then once we feel the nose lifting off, we'll bring the stick forward a little bit more. Oh, right there. Okay, and then we're at speed. I'll just hold this. I actually pulled back a bit too much. A lot of that too is because we used 15 degrees of flaps versus the 30. Okay. And now we'll let the plane transition into its cruise. And again, staying fairly low so that we do not get in the way of these inbound aircraft. Alrighty, so off this way. It's a little weird and wonky because there's another road that goes under that road. Bit of a bypass. As we come around.
FS2020 you are 2 miles east.
So as you can see,
Climb and
we're
maintain 7,000 feet.
pretty
Expect
much
ILS
lined up
runway 26
with
approach by
Sky
a Sarin
Harbor's runway.
transition.
That should be,
Clear to Sarin.
what's that gonna be? 7 right? Yeah, I think that's 7 right. But yeah, we're not wanting to head there.
Maintain 6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 26 approach by a Sarin transition. Clear to Sarin. Skywest 3079er.
Alright, so as you can see, the Mill Avenue Bridge is actually split into 2 separate bridges. And there's a place called the Old Opry. I think that's the name of that place, that little building. It's there near the intersection. As we go this way, we got a bit of an overpass over some apartment buildings. And this ends up being the end of the dammed up portion of the lake. Oh goodness, where's your path here? All right, yeah, let's avoid that guy. But if we hop back over here, we have the train bridge, which also joins the light rail as well, and here's what we'll do. We'll go this way. There's just a lot to explain all at once. So we'll go this way, here by A Mountain at altitude. There's the mill, hence what I call Mill Avenue. Pushing high frame rates, or high high detail, but there is the A Mountain and the ASU Stadium as well. You can see the logos, that's pretty awesome. And then the Wells Fargo Arena. Again, all going off of memory. They may be called other things now, since it's been about 10 years since I've attended here. But there's some football practice fields, stadiums, and such. And then let's go ahead, let's cut across this way. Look at downtown a little more. Just go on the other side. So this is the parking lot side of the stadium. Again, it's Rio Salado that we're flying over right now. This is the parking slot side. This is where all the tailgating happens. We'll just kind of thread the needle here at about 70 knots. That's pretty good detail on the roof there. Oh, until we get closer. Never mind. Alright, so yep, backside of the mountain. And we'll come and we'll see the mill again. That's right there, historical site. And then, so just past that, kind of in this area right here, is the U.S. Airways, which has now been merged with American. That's one of their headquarters. And then you'll see some of the train tracks and the light rail tracks as they come through. As we kind of go over here, and the housing that's just west of most of the campus. So we're actually only about 300 feet AGL, so I'm going to go a little bit higher here. But yeah, there's some of the downtown portions. We're running kind of parallel to railroad tracks here, so you can see how they kind of split off and go their separate directions. This should be Tempe.
Skywest
Yep,
3079,
Tempe
you
High
are
School.
12 miles east of Sky Harbor.
I actually
Contact
went to
Phoenix Tower on 118.7 when inbound.
High School. So not this one. We could probably make a stop over there.
Tower on 118.7, Skywest 3079er.
Okay. Let's see. What else? Let's go. Let's get up here on, because now we're starting to get just, primary residential. Let's see if we can't get around to like where the Tempe buttes are. And then we shall try to work ourselves back to the high school that I went to. Alright, so we're gonna start doing this bit where we're gonna start merging with where the I-10 is. And split the road here, but these are part of the Tempe Buttes and baseball stadiums there. There's actually sets of baseball stadiums there that used for spring training. Don't know if they still are. Kind of follow the pathing here towards the city, and now we're starting to get like south of the airport. Yep, there we go. There's like some resort type of things. I think Rustler's Roost or something like that was over there, if I remember correctly. I don't know. It's really hasn't been a while. So what would probably be doing pretty soon is staying out of these aircraft's way. So let's swing a left. We'll go ahead and try to catch one of the main roads, hopefully one I can recognize. And then we'll try to find a high school before we go ahead and head back for landing. While we're somewhat stable, hop out of the aircraft real quick. Venturous. All right. I'm just taking a guess. Maybe we'll recognize something along the way here. All right, so maybe, just maybe this is Southern Avenue, and if it is, so maybe you got like 2.5 blocks to go to where, yeah, that looks about right, because that is Arizona Mills Mall over there. So if we can just follow this for a little bit, and it should be able to take us where we need to be. Actually, there should be a park around here somewhere called Kiwanis Park. That's further that way. You can't see my confuzzled face, but it's there. Alright, what do we got here? Tracks. There's like a neighborhood road there. I think we're getting pretty close to where we need to make a turn here. Is that may have just passed the library beneath us. Oh, okay, I'm seeing where we're at. This is there's like a bank building over here. Like a little park area behind it. Yep, alright. So, that being said, this is going to be Southern and McClintock. Fast here, so we'll turn over this shopping complex, and this is going to take us right over the high school. All right, so let's see, it's the auditorium, there's the pool, the field, big blue building called the Lego building, stadiums, looks like, you know, the baseball fields, tennis courts. Yeah, that's it. when you're moving at 70 knots, can't blink. All right. We could be doing this much slower. We could put our flaps on and kind of just do a cruise. But we're what 42 minutes in this video, so probably just plan on spinning around here, getting out of Sky Harbor's traffic pattern, and we'll just get ourselves set up for a landing. Okay, take a lot of power, easy. Just take another look at the high school. Yep, that's it. All right, so that's a very focused look on my hometown, because a lot of hometown videos are up there. I could not be part of that trending on YouTube, but great aircraft to do it in, especially the fact that we got to land on the lake. So this is McClintock still. It does this little bend as it goes past car dealership. Yeah, it's a car dealership right there. And then there's a firehouse over here as well. And that's gonna kind of lead us out here to where Stellar is. All right, so let's take a quick gander at the Stellar traffic. We'll tune to CTAF, and I'll start making a call out. So let's see, we're north up, which is fine. We're probably gonna be about 2.5, yeah, 2.5. So we'll call us when we're 2 miles out. I'll just kind of veer us over here to the west a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it from here, so get on the mic. Stellar traffic, icon Romeo Alpha Yankee is 3 miles north of the airfield, inbound for a left-hand downwind leg for full stop, Stellar. I'm rusty on my radio calls, so gotta practice when I can. Okay, so right now we're actually maintaining about 500 AGL, so we don't need to necessarily drop. In altitude, but we will go ahead and get parallel to the runway, or parallel to the numbers, the threshold for touchdown. We'll start working the flaps in. Probably just only going to use. No, I'll use the whole 30. I was thinking about, because I haven't done a 15-degree flap landing in this yet. Maybe today's not the day to try. But it's a little gusty still, a little gusty. All right, so this left-hand traffic is going to get us set over, basically out past the 202 over some farm area, and we'll turn down to base leg for a little bit, turn to final, go back over the freeway. We're going to be pretty close to the 202 freeway before we get down and settled. Okay. Stellar traffic, icon Romeo Alpha Yankee, now downwind, runway 35, Stellar. Alright, there's the numbers. Let's go for a shot of flaps. Start trimming everything out here. This thing actually floats very well, and I'm not sure if this flight sim is simulating thermals, but it's totally possible that the thermals over these fields could make us gain elevation rather than descend. So I'm going to extend this out a little bit, and icon Romeo Alpha Yankee, now turning base, runway 35, full stop, Stellar. Yep, gotta get trimmed out a little bit better. Stellar traffic, icon Romeo Alpha Yankee, now final, runway 35, full stop. Oh, now it's floating. I was falling, then I'm floating, then I'm falling, then I'm floating. All right, we're gonna shoot for 45 on the trim here, so let's pull back. Alright, it's a little bit uphill. And there we go. Awesome sauce. Alright. Well, folks, we will call it there. And thanks for watching. And remember, gaming and gunpowder, live by one, die by the other. Peace.